and then working. That was my first business, working with them, and then it's actually expand my journey. Je dis, je suis grand pile testimony me dit qu'à nous, so ma ba nous ça vraiment important. And my l'école en 2012, en 2015, I graduated culinary school, and then I worked with a lot of great chefs. I become a line cook supervisor, sous chef, and even an executive chef because I wanted to open my own business one day. In 2019, for some of you guys here, en 2019, j'ai ouvert premier business right on shore in Shelton. He was a Caribbean soul food restaurant. So, moi j'étais là pour depuis 2019 pour 2021. So, with that business, so I went through a lot. So, I went through so much in that business because, you know, the mindset is just open a business, but a lot of time people think that business is just like because you're good at what you do, and then that's what the business is. But there's a lot of puzzle. There's a lot of component that comes with that. And that was one of my weaknesses. But connais un pile bagay dans business finance, budget, operation costs. I didn't know none of that. But I was good at what I do because I was making food. People love the food. I got customer coming back. And then, so it was a tragic for me, long story short, for them to get business loan. So I had to make a quick decision, and it was a hard decision. So I had to make a decision between my personal life and my business life. So I choose the business life, so I become homeless. So I was homeless, sleeping in my car for 7 months, just because I was hungry to keep the business going. So that was a tough decision. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That was happening during the pandemic. And from that, and I keep driving and prier uphill. And then one of the things to put God first. God he's everywhere. He's waiting for you to make the move. He's waiting for you to just say the word and then act on it. So from that, let me take one decision to faire my business. It was tough because I made this amount of sacrifice, and then now I'm gonna go back and close it. So, but at that time, I choose my mentor because my mentor was going crazy. So I was like, so I'm the business. The place is not the business. I can open the business anytime. So in 2021, I closed the business, took a year off. In 2022, long story short, I tried to go back, and then I did a volunteer event for one of the organizations that's a Caribbean organization in Philadelphia. So I volunteered to do an event for them in Center City. And then from that day, they actually create opportunity for me. They was like, Scott, we don't have anything to give you, but we can put you in touch with different people that can help you. So that's how I come across Finanta. When I reach out to them, I'm not gonna lie. So I was a little shaky about it because, when you hear a lot of people said, hey, we want to help you with the business. We give you mentorship. You can qualify for loan and everything. But it's sometimes always good to be true. But when I reach out to them, I'm not gonna lie. That day, they told me, okay, so when are you available? We want to sit down with you. And then I'm like, I was so ready. And the next day I met with them, and then they give me the whole rundown. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's been 3 years, so I've been with them. And I told them I'm stuck with them. So I've been with them since that 3 years. From being a homeless, didn't have anything at all. When I moved to my apartment, I didn't even have a pot and pan to cook. And I keep telling people, I do catering, but I don't have any equipment yet to do catering. But I was acting on my faith. That's what I was doing. I was acting on my faith. I'm like, God, if I keep put it out there, I know you're not gonna So I keep acting on my faith. I keep telling people I'm doing catering, but I didn't have no pots and pan. I didn't have no spoon, and I didn't have no money for ingredients. But when I reach out to them, and they literally heard my testimony, they heard my story, and then they are the one that gave me the first loan. I remember I went to a bank before. They denied me because I wasn't making enough revenue to be qualified for a loan. But with them, you don't need revenue. All you need It's ideas, and then all you need is the idea of the blueprint, and then they're gonna finish the rest for you. Because one of the thing is they don't give you the loan like I just said on the video, but they give you the mentorship. They tell you, hey, this is the money that we're gonna give you, and then we're gonna teach you how to utilize this money. M'a montre nous qui Jean pour faire for l'argent travail. Okay, what do you need? A business plan. You need a business license. What kind of business do you want to open? And I'm not gonna lie. So I'm here. It's not just because that I want to represent them, and I want to share my testimony because from that day. When I met with them, I got qualified a business loan. I followed what they said, put a team together, and then from that team, you can qualify. So let me qualify for the So I took that money and invested in the business. And I was still trying to work and trying to get things done like on my personal side. And then the half month later, they called me. They was like, hey, chef, we're going to have an opportunity for you because we want you to cook for us for the Black Historic Month. So, and then they give me the loan, but on top of that, they give me business on top of that. So I did the Black Historic Month for them for the past 2 years now, going to 3 years. So I did every year. I fais Black Historic Month pour yo, I fais manger pour yo, and then they still pay me. And then with the loan, and then I monovated the loan and invested in the business. I paid it off. The second year, I got a bigger loan. And then I did everything, put it back in the business, grow my business, and invest it. So long story short, the first year, I didn't make that much money in the business. But the second year, my revenue doubled what I didn't make last year. And then, so the third year, toujours même bagalan. So when I reached out to them again, they was like, all right, chef, so now we trust you. This is what we're gonna do. So I got a bigger loan for the third year. And then not only that, because of that, they was changing the name because that wasn't the name that they had, Finanta. So it was a community first fund, right? So they was changing the name, and then who they pick? Chef Scott. So they called me. They was like, Chef, we want you to represent us for this journey. So we want to change the name. So we're going to pay for everything for you. We're going to do the advertising. You're going to be the one that's announcing the name. And that was 2 years ago, and I actually did this. So till this day, they still keep the banner, and then the video is right there. So till this day, they still impact with my testimony and want to share it. I don't, now just like my work is done now, just like now, they just doing the advertising for me, that's what we need in the community, in our community, because we lack on that. And especially in the Haitian community. I went to a lot of community, I'm not gonna lie. I've been to a lot of community, doing event from Spanish, Jamaican, Black American. So I did a lot of events. And then to see how people come together to get information. You know, information can take you far away. And I think this is one of the things that, especially in our community, we feel like because it's just communication, we don't look at it like it's a big thing. Nous pas regarder tant qu'on a son gros bagay lié. Oh no, it's all about si pas buy l'argent, si tant qu'on a ça pas qualifier pour l'argent, because that happened to me when I was building the team. When I was building the team for Finanta, I have a couple friends I brought with me. I'm like, okay, you guys have the business mindset. Let's come together because of. Oh, combien de loan n'a pas lié? Oh, $1,200, $3,000. No, I can't do that. I don't want to get the loan. I don't want to do this. That's what they was telling me. They all pull away. Now, guess what? They reach out back to me. It was like 3 years later. Hey, Scott, are you still with this company? I'm like, you could have been far too. Just because the fact that it was a small amount loan. Because I tell people when it comes, especially not in business, in life, you cannot just think for short term. It has to be long term. Because I always telling one of my friends that you cannot be rich by yourself. Somebody gonna have to put you in a position to become rich. You gotta start proving yourself. So you're gonna have to start proving yourself so that people can trust you. Because if I didn't prove myself to Finanta, they would not trust me. They would not take the time to invest in me because the fact that I prove what I can do, and then especially they seeing the drive that I want to do for the community, because now is the time for me to start investing in my community, which is what I'm start doing now. I'm trying to see where we lock in and trying to come in and be inspired for the young people like me, because there's so much we can do, and then there's so much we can build together. And then I just want to say thank you again. Thank you, Finanta, for this moment. And then if I'm here today, it's God first, and then you guys invest in me to the fact that now I have a basement that's full equipment. I didn't even know which one to use anymore because I have so many equipment. And then now I'm in the process to open a ghost kitchen location. So it's just sometimes take time, but one of the three things that I want to keep with you guys: put God first, gain perseverance, gain determination, and then pas give up no whatever it's an affair. It doesn't have to be business. I'm just here to give the testimony about my business, what they helped me with. But they have so many departments that doing different things. It wasn't just business. They have mortgages. They have department that can give you $1 million loan. But there's a step process. They have so many things they can help you with. It's not just business. So I think that's the reason why they're here today. And then nous te jugeons vraiment nécessaire dans chambre commerce haïtien. On go bravo pour you because you commence à faire un pile activité. And then that was the biggest thing that they put together because they feel like communauté en Pakistan a besoin de venir avec un mentorship, un event pour communauté, pour you être connaissance. Okay, how can we just go out there and then bring it to the community so that we can help so many people that need help. And then I just want to say thank you again. And then I really appreciate the time. And thank you, Finanta.
Wow. Let's hear it again one more time for Scott. Wow. So you just heard a story from rag to riches, from being homeless to now being a star. Okay? On story de moun qui était homeless, abdomen machine ni, now to become a star. And this is not really new to this country in America. This is a country that we all came with nothing and we can build something. And I believe now it is the greatest time in our era to stand up and step up and do something, don't we? Okay, so here's the thing. Before I bring Finanta up, the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce of Pennsylvania is working almost behind closed door. So we wanted to, as the brand ambassador and the strategic partner, quand on ambassadeur, on porte-parole pour chambre, we wanted first, nous voulons avant, bring you something that can change, literally. Nous voulons mener nos bagailles qui réellement, qui can changer, even transforming your life. And you heard it from Scott. Ou s'entendez de Scott, c'est pas de moi. Même Scott, he is a testimony. He told you what Finanta did with him and for him. So for you that are here this morning, I know I have a lot of pastors, leaders. I'm calling a pil pastor, a pil leader. It is for you, it is time to take that into your congregation and take that to your team and say, look, we are about to come out and we are going to be unapologetic about us on our way to have a better life in these United States of America. So, I'm going to bring Finanta up. Probably you have enough from Scott for you to go home already. But without any further ado, the people that work with us, Pastor Franz and I, when I contacted him, he didn't call me. And I'm going to share this and I'm going to bring you guys up, be ready, because this is important. A real leader doesn't look for people. A leader acts, a leader leads, and the people will follow. He didn't call me. I came to him, I say, look, I think we can do something based on the information, the experience that I have with a few other leaders. And there are many leaders in this room. That's why they're here, because they are leaders. When you do the right thing as a leader, follow. People decide to follow. If you are a leader, you keep looking for people, you're not a leader yet. So, we have Finanta with us, guys. No get Finanta having. For me, I cannot hide. I will be always around as long as I'm alive. And this group of people, when we went to them, they opened their office. We met with them. They cheer us, they serve us. We met with the top of the top, and everything they do, they invited us. Now it is our turn to really work with them. So we can be, there's no win-lose. It's a win-win. It's a win for them. It's going to be a win for us. Without any further ado, I don't know who's going to be first. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And we have us, the first person. Oh, as a matter of fact, I am so happy. The first person who called me when I contacted them was her. We spent, quite, I don't know, probably 30 minutes. Probably we spent 30 minutes. We spent 30 minutes on the phone. And the way she received me, the information she was giving me, I said, oh my God, that's like Scott say, Kaku Scott dit, it was too good to be true. Comme si m'ta c'est pas vrai. But I said, okay. I didn't, like Scott, I didn't really know what it was going to be. But boy, as a matter of fact, they're on their promise, but they over-deliver. So thank you, Alba. So I think I will be translating if you don't have one as you speak. Okay?
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I really do want to thank each and one of you for being here this morning. I know it's a Saturday morning. You probably have a lot of family things to do, and you chose to be here to come and learn about how you can actually build some pathways for financial success.
OK. Merci un pile, son plaisir pour nous là avant matin. Un pile nous qui quitter schedule nos services et affaires familiales pour nous venir là. So nous pral run the PowerPoint. C'est what is it? Service, a pathway to success. Yes. On voit un chemin, OK? On GPS si nous t'avons pour succès.
Yeah. So we do have part of our team here. We do have a larger team that couldn't all be here today, but I just want to quickly introduce them. Some of them are going to come up and provide some information. But I have Iris Santiago, who's our branch manager at the Aramingo office. We have Rose Turner, who's our mortgage originator. We have Xiomara Torres, who's our affinity group lending manager. And we have Stephen Santoni, who's one of our lenders, and Alexandra is also joining us. She's one of our lending assistants. So, and Alicia, who you probably met when you were coming in, she's actually holding the fort in the front at our table.
OK. OK, nous avons un gros team avec nous. Nous avons Iris, c'est elle qui est directrice crédit union en charge. OK, nous avons Rose, she's the original mortgage person. C'est lui-même qui fait loan, qui fait mortgage. Et puis nous avons Siona qui est directrice centre là parce qu'il y a des offices. Et puis nous avons l'autre team member qui est différent. Nous avons Steven qui est différentes sections que nous avons apprendre puis ça là.
So what we wanted to come in this morning, well, first of all, I really want to just thank you and thank the pastor for, continuing the conversation. We actually started talking back in, I would say, October, November. We met with Ronnie, we met with the pastor, and we saw that there was so much more opportunity to bring this information to the congregation and to the community because it's really needed. I'm going to talk about what CDFIs are because most of you probably don't know what the CDFI industry does. And we found that we're probably the best kept secret in the entire country, because this is not just the Philadelphia movement or Philadelphia industry, but it's really in the whole country.
Et nous avons commencé vers le mois d'octobre, là nous avons commencé à parler avec moi-même, Oni, Pasteur Franz, et pour nous mettre tout et séminaire ça ou bien workshop ça ensemble. Parce que nous trouvons que la communauté a besoin, c'est presque il était un secret dans le temps, monde qui a besoin ce genre de service ça. Et Philadelphia a son mouvement qui commençait pour aider les gens qui n'ont pas d'opportunité ça. Mais Philadelphia et l'autre côté tout dans Pennsylvania, dans York, I believe York, Harrisburg, Reading, et il y a un paquet de clients là tout, il y a un crédit union, si nous avons un haïtien qui était dans la zone ça autour, nous sommes capables de faire ou connaître ça, nous avons le même service là.
And I'll give you the map so you know exactly where we are. But you can move up the slide, because I want to start talking about how we work, how we're different than any other financial institution. So I'm going to share our vision and our mission with you, and I'll read it verbatim because I think it's important for you to hear exactly what we do and why we do it. So Finanta envisions an inclusive, equitable, and vibrant community where people thrive and triumph over poverty and really feel free from discrimination. Finanta creates a financial equity through wealth-building opportunities for individuals, families, and business owners, especially people of color, women, and immigrants. We align capital, knowledge, and support to promote access to services, business ownership, housing, and community development. Scott was here, and he was able to talk about his journey. And his journey is very similar to a lot of the individuals that we work with. But since 1992, the Finanta has been operating. We began as a small loan office that was really investing back into communities. One of our first investors was an actual church that gave us money to be able to lend out to different individuals. So I wanted to make that connection.
Yeah, that is a good
because
one.
this meeting here really is what we, that's what we have been living for, since our existence.
Wow.
We find that the individuals that we want to help find support and find a safe space in churches and in religious organizations just like this one. So we make it part of our mission to make sure that we're supporting religious organizations, especially those that are supporting immigrant communities.
Okay, the idea is this will share avec nous avant sa mission et vision Finanta. Okay, vision c'est pour aider communauté, surtout immigrants, monde qui pas gain gros opportunité, gros l'argent pour faire une série de bagages et monde qui pas gagner statut qui réellement ndaka de 100% normal que pour qu'on y a là, il y a des monde acheter caille, dans ouvrir business, dans bâtir loan, gros loan, tout dépend de capacité. Et dit OK, yo commencer à c'est ton petit crédit union. Premier, by the way, for the pastors in the room, this is the first time we come in across, nous venons joindre une institution qui prête quoi pour acheter l'église, ou du moins ce qu'on va pour faire l'église. Le premier investissement que tu fait, c'était en l'église, tu as aidé mon pasteur à acheter.
So I want to talk to you about what's. Oh. I got it. Okay. I want to talk to you about what CDFI stands for and what we do. So you heard that CDFI is Community Development Financial Institutions.
Okay, CDFI c'est une institution qui aide les communautés dans les affaires finances.
And the movement, because it started as a movement, it's actually started here in Philadelphia back in the late 80s. It then became part of a national movement, and there was actually a branch in the Treasury that was designated to fund financial CDFIs throughout the whole country. Obviously, the movement has now moved to over 1,000 CDFIs nationwide. But here in Philadelphia, there are several that do provide support and capital to thousands of Philadelphians.
So, il commence Philadelphia, d'ailleurs, c'est Philadelphia a commencé. Il commence quand un mouvement. Et bon, tu dis nous ça. Ça, son mouvement commence là, pour la communauté nous. Et m'a challenge tout leader là, pour nous prendre avantage de ça qu'a bail là. Il commence un mouvement avec yon, maintenant il fait partie de un conglomérate dans toute CDFI. Ça veut dire que dans les affaires institutions financières qui aident petite communauté moun qui pas gagné en pile régler les affaires financières.
So the map that was there earlier just kind of tells you where Finanta helps individuals. So we have 17 counties in Pennsylvania, all of Delaware, and South Jersey. So we actually have 2 counties in South Jersey that we do provide lending in. And this just kind of gives you numbers. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but again, we've been around since 1992 doing this same type of work, and now we're actually expanding. I would say for the better part of since our inception, we've been helping small businesses, and I would say for the last 5-6 years, we've introduced the credit union, who Iris is going to be talking about, but we realized that business owners had also some personal finances that they also needed assistance with, like home ownership and just handling personal finances. So we wanted to also expand our support to help in that capacity.
So you expand service yo. Non seulement service yo prête au cob pour acheter caille, financer pour caille. Si vous avez un business, vous avez besoin de business, vous avez prêter au cob pour business et nous te dit déjà, sous son pasteur, vous prêter au cob pour acheter l'église depuis vous mettez tout à fait en ordre, tout papier.
So you can move up to the next slide. I want to talk about who do we serve and why do we serve them, right? So we focus on those communities that have been underserved, historically disadvantaged, we call them. But it's really individuals that have not really have equal access to financial services. Scott talked about how he went to a bank and he got declined because they couldn't help them, right? Banks are highly regulated. They have a specific criteria that you have to qualify to meet their criteria. And if you don't, that's really where it stops.
Et premièrement, yo aide servi, c'est ça vous fait même. Et il répéter ça encore, répéter. C'est monde qui underserved. Underserved. OK. Bon bah un exemple. Et bon moi 3-4 mois de ça me client. I'm telling him a story of a client that I had 3-4 months ago that was pre-approved by a big bank to purchase a house. OK. Il était pre-approved by une banque pour l'acheter un caille. But she thought the only thing, the bank was like, it's like, okay, whatever the bank says, okay. And I said, you know what, based on our experience with that particular bank, because the experience on our banks are, I would recommend that you have a backup plan. Oh, she said, no, the bank says, I got pre-approved, that's what it is. Lo and behold, we done inspection, appraisal was done, and by the time we get to the point to get a commitment letter, okay, so I said, step law a commitment letter, and then she went to the bank say, you know what, based on what we see in your status, this and that, we cannot do that, you have to look for somebody else. That was my client. And what I told her, now we have to go back. So finally, I had to find an alternative. But she closed. She's in her house right now. So this is the kind of things, Mrs. Anu a confronté. A Finanta, this is exactly why they're here today. So we got it. We bring it to you.
So we focus on really educating clients on the whole process, right? So if you come to us for a loan or for an account or just for information, our goal is to really get you and empower you with the information so that you can make decisions on any financial matter that you need to make, whether it's buying a house, whether it's starting your own business, or if you have a business, expanding, whatever it is that financial decision you have to make, you will have the resources and the information to actually make that happen. And yes, we can provide you with a loan if that's what you need as well. But the groups that we try to make sure that we get in front of, again, because these are the groups that have not had that equal access, minorities, women, people of color. We work with immigrant communities, so people obviously that are new to the country. We actually find that even second-generation immigrants don't have the education that they need to make decisions because they're learning it from their first immigration parents that may not have had that education.
Exactly. Tout bagay son process. Elie dit un bagay qui est très important. Tout bagay son process. Par exemple, si vous venez joindre nous, on dit comme ça, qu'est-ce que vous besoin acheter un cahier? Nous garder tout papier, tout ça pour nous garder. Si vous n'êtes pas prêt, nous pas dire non, nous pas cahier d'eau. Nous dit OK. Now we are here. Nous là, mais côté. The next step for you to up your credit. Okay, combien de temps il prend pour crédit à monter? Then nous do the next step. Après ça, ou après. We don't just leave you. No, we're going to work with you step by step, même si vous pas prêt until ou prêt. Même si son lot nous besoin ou bien pas changer l'église, si papier pas en règle, l'en garder tout papier surtout si vous une transaction à faire ou vinn ou relé nous, n'a garder tout bagay est-ce qu'il est en ordre avant pour nous soumettre les bayo. Now, Alba said something that is very important as immigrant, and that's what I translate. I said in English so I can repeat it for them. I've been living here for over 3 decades. Je vis ici pendant plus que 30 ans. Pas vrai? My kids, petit moi yo, peut-être yo pas gagné plus éducation dans question jamais handle finance. Parce que moi grandi yo, I raised them based on what I knew. Based que ça que moi connais. Si que me pas chercher plus d'informations pour du financier, yo presque grandi quatuor comme même avec moi-même. C'est ça le dit. So even we have second generation children. Nous avons petit nous qui fait ici. We have kids who are born here. That doesn't mean they're going to be better off than us. Right? Because if we did not know, first and foremost, go outside of the educational system where they don't teach us finance. Nous, si nous allons en dehors, nous pas aller en dehors du système d'éducation qui pas enseigner nos finances, then our children, they're not better off. They don't know any more than us. Ou pral ouais ou doit arriver là, ou pral financer une machine bien chère, pourtant il pas gain priorité. This is craziness. Because that's all they know. How are you going to finance a brand new car for you to drive and you don't have a place to stay? Well, maybe sometime you did it. We did not understand. So we want to stop that. We want to make sure we learn so we can help them. They need this, your besoin ça, as much as we need it because we are the one. Nous c'est parents, we taught them.
So, and then obviously, as we've mentioned, we do focus on a lot of low-income communities. Obviously, the whole city of Philadelphia is considered low-income, so we focus on the entire city. And small business owners who really we have been helping for the last 40 years. So the next slide, I want to talk about, exactly what we do. So access to capital, it's really just a broad term, right? I mean, you can access capital really traditionally, again, going to a financial institution. But in a lot of the immigrant communities and Black and brown communities, the community itself is a way for you to access capital, right? We borrow from each other, we provide support to each other, so it is a way for you to find alternative ways to be able to finance whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to be able to build a business, whatever that looks like. Access to capital really exists in many, many ways. It's not just only from a bank or from a financial institution.
Right. Qui est important, c'est que ici, on parle de access to capital. People get access to capital who can cob pocho. Log access. When you have access, it's better than when you have the money in your pocket. You have some money, but when you have access, it's like if you have like a credit card with $250,000 in it. This is access, although it's a credit card, but access that allow you to do the things. Qui aide pour n'importe l'autre besoin de faire. But ça qui est important, nous même, gens nous gain access to capital, nous fait sol entre nous. We do susu among us, right? And we move the money every week. They have that as well. So one of the things that's so attractive, I say, with Finanta is because of the way the structure that you create, the structure to help us with the susu money. Because most bank, if you have a susu money, and I had a client like that too over this last summer, he had money in his account, but he keep on getting the susu money, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, and dump it in his personal account. And when he came, when the mortgage company asked for the bank statement, they said, whoa, red flag. Because if they see you put $15,000 on a private account, where did you get it from? They want to know that. But here's the thing, guys. Mais ça qui est important. Là, il peut aller structurer susu, the structure of the susu, so you don't have no problem, right? Ou pas aucun problème l'autre va faire une transaction. As a matter of fact, you même you fait susu dans crédit union. Okay? And I say there's a susu system in here that Finanta can help us. You can meet us.
And you're going ahead, but we're going to be talking about how we took that concept of the susu that you're all familiar with and really make it into a program where you are continuing to work as a community, as a susu, but you're able to build credit, you're able to access capital, and build that community around that. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Xiomara is actually going to be covering that. But what I want to talk about is how the access to capital relates to wealth building. Because it's not just about getting the house. It's not just about, it's really building that community. So what we center around is, yes, we're going to provide you with a loan. It could be a $1,200 loan. But with that $1,200 loan, you're going to get education on how to build your credit. You're going to get education on how to get ready to purchase your first home, or how to get ready to open a business, how to really build community around what you do. Who do you need to meet? Who do you need to connect with so that you can then make that network of individuals to help you grow in whatever it is that you're going to be doing. We provide access, obviously, to financial services. So we have checking accounts, savings accounts. We have a huge network of ATMs that you can access. So it is, again, not just about where to put your money or who do you pay. It's really around how do you build that knowledge and those resources so that you can continue to grow.
C'est très important parce qu'il dit access to capital pour ouvrir un business. Non seulement il y a des gens qui pour chiter ensemble avec vous pour prendre idée depuis que tu as une idée qui pour bon conseil, qui pour bon training, qui pour aider à créer plan pour avancer. Si c'est son cas ou besoin acheter, yo chita ensemble avec vous numéro 1, yo chita avec vous pour comment pour bâtir crédit et pour gagner accès pour gagner l'argent pour faire son besoin.
And then the next slide, I want to talk about that education piece. So one of the things that CDFIs do very well is we collaborate with a lot of other organizations. We are small and mighty. We do have about, I would say about 20 employees here in Philadelphia. We are looking to expand. We're looking to add more branches, but right now we have one branch office and one loan office. But we don't do the work that we do by ourselves. We actually have that network of organizations that really help us move our mission forward. So we work with small business development centers. We work with the city of Philadelphia to provide additional resources as well. They have grant programs that we can connect you with so that you can get greater access to funding. And, you know, we help in every space, again, just to kind of give you the education. So if you get a loan with us, you know, you'll be able to access workshops and webinars to help you. And if you need like one-on-one consultation, we may be able to do that ourselves, or we can connect you with an organization that can help you further that.
So, il y a toute qualité programme. Il y a un programme pour éducation, il y a une connexion avec CTA pour extra grant, extra finance. So, ça qui veut dire, c'est une source qui a aidé nous à avoir accès à quel que soit de l'argent qui gagne. Pourvu que nous avons un concept, nous avons dans la tête, nous voulons faire. Donc, il est là pour nous.
And you know, and then we have, you know, again, the connections and the collaborations really is what help us to move forward. So we don't have all the experts in house, but we do have connections to, you know, other legal, other financial, and other coaching professionals that can help with whatever it is that you need assistance with. So I'm going to actually turn it over now to Xiomara, who's going to talk about some of our small business programs.
Thank you, Alba. Hi, everybody. My name is Xiomara. Thank you. Like we said earlier, I'm the manager of our affinity group lending program that I'll talk more about in just a minute, but that is the program that we keep talking about that's based off of the concept of a susu. So I'm glad to see that everybody is clear with what that means. So Alba did a really good job at kind of laying the groundwork and setting the scene for what CDFIs are, who Finanta is as an organization, and like she said, I'm going to talk a little bit more about specific programs and loan products that we can offer you guys.
OK, so ça c'est directrice des offices, directrice elle va parler nous des différents autres programmes que nous gagnons under Finanta.
So you can see up here on the screen, we have two different programs, departments that we're going to speak about. The first one is small business, what we call small business. Those can be microloans, right, up to $50,000 for businesses that are maybe a little bit newer, typically less than 2 years old, and they can be for startup capital, maybe for expansion, and then we also do loans above and beyond $50,000, sometimes to purchase equipment, acquire real estate. Maybe you've had your business for a few years now and you want to buy the building that you're operating out of, and we can help with all of those things. On the next slide, I'll talk a little bit more about kind of what the requirements are. One thing I want to point out is that if you're working with us as a lender, we are very hands-on and one-on-one. So if you're not sure where you fit into this or what you might need, someone is going to work with you very closely to help you decide what is the best fit for you, how can we get you ready for any of these financing options that you might need.
Yes, this is ça très important. Ça nous avons small business, you même get package si ou commence son business. That's a big deal. If you're a startup, ou pour un business non startup, parce que you même commence à avoir depuis au commencement. Up to $50,000 ou bien sur un business, ce business là tout neuf, il beaucoup produit, il là pour yo aider là-dedans. Et puis you gagne l'autre package, affinity group, loan il pral parler de lui, et puis gain special programme. So nous prend note.
Can you hear me now? Okay. The next program I'm going to talk about is affinity group lending, so the one that's more similar to like a SUSU structure. And this is really geared towards maybe businesses that are very new or businesses that maybe have a lack of financial documentation, limited credit. With this program, there is no minimum credit score, which is a really big thing, especially for people in our community. We do check credit, but it's not like a bank where you go and you apply, and if you don't hit that number that they're looking for, the answer is no. We can be much more flexible and, again, work with you to get you where you need to be to qualify. This program, Affinity Group Lending, is really focused on capacity building and financial education as well. And so we do a lot of hands-on training with you. We provide free workshops for all of our clients. And it's just lower barriers to entry. So we don't require collateral. We can work with you if your business is just an idea, like Chef Blanc was saying earlier.
Wow. Ça, c'est un gros piece. Big piece. Affinity Group, ça en bleu. Il dit que vous n'avez pas besoin d'un crédit, mais au minimum, vous n'avez pas besoin de rien même. Même avec scratch, tu commences from scratch. Ou une idée. Donc, qu'on y a pas qu'à plaindre encore, pas vrai? OK.
And for the third one, I'm not going to go too deep into detail, but I just want to say that Finanta, as a CDFI with decades of experience, we know the programs that are out there, the dollars that are out there for you and for your business, and we really serve as that like source of knowledge that can lead you to those things. So there are programs and funding sources that exist for businesses like supermarkets, corner stores, daycares, healthcare facilities, and we're going to work to connect you to those things and point you in the right direction.
OK, specialized programme. Vous faites un pile training, vous faites training dans quel que soit niveau business là. Si nous besoin ouvrir un supermarket, un daycare, puis gros business qui coûte plus gros l'argent, 1 million. Donc pour tout le monde, va OK?
Okay, we can go to the next slide, please. So just to talk a little bit more about our small business loans, like I said, these can be for startups. A lot of time they're for businesses that have been in business for a little bit longer and are expanding. So maybe you need to purchase inventory or equipment that's going to let you scale up your business. Maybe you're buying the building that you're operating out of, or you just need startup capital. We can help you determine that and work with you at whatever stage you're at. If you are getting a small business loan, just to give an idea, a surface level idea of the documentation, we usually need 3 years of tax returns, and that is personal and business. Personal financial statements, we're gonna look at your bank statements because we analyze your cash flow, how your business is doing month to month. And then, of course, your business registration documents and your personal documentation as well, so like your ID. That's just a very basic list, but we'll work with you to let you know what's required.
So, quand il y a là, on t'a monté plus haut. So, déjà, un business qui est déjà là, tu as besoin de quelques documentations pour prouver que, parce que quand il y a besoin de plus gros cob, il y a aller pour monter plus haut. C'est ça? OK.
Okay, and then we can go to the next slide. I'm going to talk about affinity group lending, which is kind of my area of expertise at Finanta as well, and a really exciting program. Like we keep saying, this is really based off of the concept that's popular throughout many areas of the world, right? We probably know it as a susu here, so we have the map up there that shows you all the different names for it. Essentially, what we've done is we've taken that concept of a susu and community and peer lending, and we've made it something more formal, so that you're not waiting your turn for your money, so that it's not helping you build credit. With us, we form a group, you get a loan, but everybody gets their money at the same time, and this helps you build credit as well, which is a big thing.
OK. Pour nous-mêmes qui ne connaissons pas, sol monter table. OK? Parce que sol est toujours en bas table. Et voilà, on y a le monter table. Ce qui veut dire, et nous, là, tout pays dans le monde qui a fait sous mais il a fait sol, mais il a l'autre nom pour lui. Et dans ce sol là, pas aider, mais il même mettez en structure. Bon côté, ou fait sol là qu'on y a là, chaque mois, l'on paye, on va pas nous plus de détails plus tard. Et vous voyez non aller dans le crédit de bureau sous pour un crédit, qu'on y a des pouvoirs payer et puis qu'on y a là ça peut aider le crédit.
So how do we do kind of our susus, our groups? We form groups of at least 5 people, okay? And the loans in that program range from $1,200 is the smallest loan amount, and the maximum is $25,000. And that really just depends on how far along your business is, again, what your bank statements look like, what your taxes look like. We're gonna check your credit even though there's not a minimum score. So we'll work with you to decide that. Usually we start smaller. Like Chef Blanc was saying, it might just be a small loan to start, but it's more than just the money. We also provide training, education, one-on-one, holding your hand, helping you figure out what are the weaknesses, how can you grow, how can you strengthen your business. And then the idea is that maybe you get a small loan to start for 1 year, but when you come back next year, you paid your loan, we helped you grow your business in some sort of concrete way, and now you can qualify for more. And you can keep coming back until you get that $25,000, and until you can do an individual small business loan.
OK. Donc, nous attendez. Imaginez, il y a un capreto de $1,200 jusqu'à 20 semaines. Plus, nous faisons un groupe de 5, nous tous ensemble. Plus, vous pouvez comme là, vous payez chaque mois ou chaque semaine, il y a un rapport jusqu'à ce que vous pouvez payer et puis crédit ou belle. Les amis, vous avez besoin encore.
Perfect. And then, like I said, a big thing about this program, aside from the education and the workshops, is the credit building. That's why a lot of folks come to us. And a lot of our clients, like we said, are immigrant clients who maybe are newer in this country and don't have a credit score at all. And this program, a lot of times, is about helping them establish that. And just to give, again, a little testimony, I had a group who came to us maybe a year ago from different places, Guatemala, Honduras. None of them had a credit profile at all. They all qualified for a small 12-month loan, and they paid it back no problem. And when they came back after the year, they all had a credit score that was almost 700. So the program really works to help people kind of get established and better their financial position.
Let me remind everybody. This is a verse in the Bible in Hosea 4, verse 6. It says, my people die because of what? Lack of knowledge, right? So now, here's a knowledge, mon connaissance. Li ba un testimony de un groupe qui pas de crédit du tout. Vous prêtez yo, si vous commencez par 1200 ou bien 2000, plus soit payé et puis qu'on y a là, vous reportez jusqu'à ce que vous crédit score 700. Ça sont témoins à dire. Donc nous tout là nous avons fait.
The last thing I want to emphasize about this program, like I said, it can be, sometimes we have clients who they've participated in 10 different rounds, right? 10 different groups, and they're qualifying for the $25,000, and maybe they even have another individual small business loan with us and they bought their building. Sometimes they're at that level. A lot of times the clients in this program, like I said, they just have an idea, right? And nothing is formal yet. They don't have their LLC yet. Maybe they want to open a bakery, but right now they're just making cupcakes and selling them to people at church. And we can work with that. We'll work with you and we'll help you get established. So don't be afraid if you have questions later to come up and talk to us about it, because we really work with people at all levels.
Wow. Même si nous avons fait cupcake ou bien nous avons un petit business sous côté, nous still ka fait. Ce n'est pas ça nous gagnons. Donc l'idée c'est ouvrir fond bagaille. Mais il pas venir sans éducation parce que vous promettez nous. Il y a une classe workshop pour nous. C'est ça qui est important. So les nous dans sol là, les sols a monté jusqu'à ce qu'on vienne qualifier pour 25 000 préto. 25 000 là, ou pas prendre dire ah mon cher m'pas gon machine pour lâcher meuble ou bien non 25 000 là ou mon business, vous allez chita avec vous pour montrer qui gens 25 000 là qu'a fait le tourner 25 millions.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap up my section here. You can actually go to, it's 2 slides down. It's going to say Introduction to Finanta Credit Union. And I'm going to hand it over to Iris, who is our branch manager at the credit union location here in Philadelphia that opened not that long ago. I hope that what I presented was helpful, and we're going to have Q&A time later. So again, if there's questions about specifics, I'm happy to talk about them later. But Iris, you want to take over?
Thank you, Sienna. Give her a hand, please. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. Come on, give her a hand. Let's give Iris a hand as she's coming up. Iris and Rose.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here today and allowing us to give you guys some good information. I have Rose with me here today. She also sits in the credit union with us, and she does our mortgages, and she'll speak to every one of you guys in a little bit about the mortgages. In the credit union, you can go to the next slide. Thank you. All right.
Take your time.
Woo! I'm good. Thank you. All right. So at the credit union, what is a credit union, right? So we do offer similar products to a regular bank, like the other big ones. We have checking accounts. We have savings accounts for both business and on a personal side. We are also working on an account for our smaller babies. So we currently have accounts for 13 and up, but we are working to get accounts in for the younger crowd. And we are also working on a mascot that his name is Tico. So he is a squirrel, and the squirrel will start talking to our kids and just teaching them how to save. When you come to the credit union, we do onboard you with a membership. And that membership, again, it opens the doors not only to the credit union, but to everything that we are speaking about today. And it all starts with literally just walking into the branch, speaking to all of our members. And I do want to emphasize that when you go into the branch, a lot of us, like some of my family members that do not speak English, they are afraid because, hey, they don't speak Spanish. Or for you guys, right, they don't speak your language. We do have interpreters available to help us communicate effectively with you guys.
OK. Qui ça un crédit union? Crédit union sont institutions financières qui ont avec une banque qui offrent presque le même service. Mais le plus souvent, qui capable, il y a un avantage surtout pour nous-mêmes qui pas gain accès avec gros l'argent ou pas non plus service. OK. Donc crédit union ou entrer ou ouvrir un compte même gens entrer dans une banque. Et d'ailleurs c'est soit à Mengo non a bien adresse là. Maintenant, il dit que il ouvrir un compte pour tout le monde 13 ans et en dedans il y a toute qualité de service inclus tout ça que vous parlez là. OK? So il dit que même si vous rentrez vous pas parler anglais ou bien pas parler espagnol, gagner online un système qui est carrelé sur ces haïtiens parler créole qui traduit pour vous donc pas de barrière.
All right, you can go ahead to the next slide. All right. So, with our membership that you have with us, here you get to vote on the governance of the credit union. You get invited to the end of the year meetings that we have and use your voice, right? Because your voice matters. So you guys get to give your inputs on the credit union. Go to the next one, please. Keep going. Thank you. I think I'm going to just pass it over to you now. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Rose. She's going to continue on the mortgage side, and we'll go from there.
OK, so now Rose pour parler nous de mortgage. Donc disons crédit union comme nous avons une idée à nous cali différent parce que vous servez nous tandis que on pas que d'autre côté pour nos services. So Rose is a mortgage person. So même qui là qui besoin acheter un caille ou même sur un caille déjà besoin acheter un autre caille, ou bien besoin acheter un autre caille encore, ou bien besoin acheter un autre caille encore, un autre caille encore. Rose, well done.
Good morning. Yes, it's still morning. Good morning to you all, and thank you all for coming out. My name is Rose, and I have 30 years of experience with the mortgages. I've helped thousands and thousands of people from the low to moderate communities. I was one of the lenders that never said no. Sometimes people come to you that want to buy a house, and they're not prepared to buy the house at the moment. But I educate. I tell you what we need, what you need, how to achieve that goal, and we have everything here that you need. You can save in one of our accounts at the credit union by opening an account to save for that house that is your safe haven. Nobody has to tell you to move. Nobody has to tell you we're going to rent that, we're going to sell the house and you have to find another place. The best thing for anybody and to build credit and to build wealth is to buy a house. Okay. And I'm sure everybody here wants to do that.
Okay, great. Rose, gen 30 ans dans affaire mortgage et des monde, aider des milliers de monde acheter caille. OK? So, qu'est-ce qui est important? Non seulement c'est pas de vous juste besoin acheter un caille, mais là venir li éduquer. Qui plus bonne décision qu'a prend parce que c'est pas toute la acheter un caille ou font une bonne décision dans qu'a acheter. OK? Non seulement li éduquer pour faut connaître ça pour le faire qui s'allier et comment pour faire. Il dit plus grosse décision. And I'm going to repeat it in English words because you say the best decision you can do is to buy a house.
Absolutely.
And you and I, we work together as a lender, as a mortgage person, and me as a real estate professional. I do understand what that is when you buy a house. And Pastor friends too can testify, and so many people, Pastor Monas, and so many of you qui ont expérience dans les affaires real estate, vous connaissez comment l'important pour un caille. Donc, très, 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 très important why I say that, because there are people sometimes, I don't know if you heard that, they say, oh, you can buy a house here in America, it's not yours, it's this and that. They tell you, they try to make you stay away from buying a home. That's a lie. Don't listen. Don't listen to people who tell you that that's a lie.
So myself and Yvette, we have teamed up here at Finanta to help you and your families and your sons and your daughters to be able to build that wealth and to have that house and to leave that generational wealth to your children. You know, because when you buy a house, you may pay $200,000. 12 years or 15 years later, the house is going to be worth $300,000. So that equity that you build within that house from the price that you bought it to the price that you might be able to sell it or may be able to want to borrow from it as well, you can use that money to do other things, to fix the house, to make it better, to pay for your children's education. So that's what I'm saying about generational wealth. There's nothing better than in the world than to buy a house that you can call your own, that is a roof over your head, that nobody can tell you that you got to move because they're going to sell it. It's yours, and it's yours, and it's going to build wealth for you. And me and Yvette are going to help you to do that.
Quand vous entendez le clair, even though you don't speak English, this is so clear. It's tellement clair, ça le dit, right? So, me, when I work with my client, I don't sell you a house, okay? I sell you a real estate. What do I mean by that? If you tell me you're going to buy your first house, we have a way to educate you for that house to start being profitable for you with your first house. Ou ka acheter un premier kay et pour payer little or no money. Et pour gon moun ka payer payer rest mortgage. You have somebody help you pay the mortgage, right?
Absolutely.
So, look, this is a blessing.
Yes.
Ou même qui là, ou béni. You are blessed to be here this morning. And this is our goal. And this is what we team up to do. C'est ça nous pral faire. Because there's nothing better. Pas rien qui pi bon. When you look back, you see in your community, look at in a community, when in your family, you see, you know what? Because of what you did, now allow your people to have a better life.
Absolutely.
That's the greatest reward. Look, anybody at their dying, look at anybody who passed away. You see, oh my God, moun sa te dem fet this, moun sa te dem fet that. Make somebody's life better. That's the best thing, guys. Ça c'est plus bon bagay nous ka faire leur aider famille ou aider tête pour. Mais faut venir dans training, il pas venir nous comme ça. Ou mettre prier, ou mettre faire 40 jours jeûne, m'pa cacher d'eau. Ça c'est premier devoir. Mais si vous pas marcher avec action, si vous pas venir pour information, si vous pas venir pour éduquer tout, m'pa cacher d'eau pasteur pas cailler d'eau dans ça parce que nous toutes là dans la congrégation, nous faisons tout ça nous capables. Nous avons l'autre occupation, pas vrai? Nous avons fait le bagage, mais nous venons chita pour nous faire congrégation, connaît que gain opportunité pour vous. Donc c'est pour nous tendre des leaders, nous travailler ensemble avec eux.
We don't only educate you, but we also have grants, money available to you. Once you take a first-time home buyer's educational class, once you get that certificate, then you can qualify for those grants. That'll help you with your down payment. You got to come with your initial 5%, but the rest of it we could help you take care of. So we're here to help you. We're here to give you a hand on being able to make that dream come true of you becoming a homeowner. So let us, come to us, put your money, start saving your money in our checking accounts or in our money market accounts. Save that money because you need to have that money in a bank, not underneath the mattress, in the bank. So then that way it's seasoned, It's money that you could use towards your down payment. You can give gifts also from family members, but we have grants available to be able to help you make that dream of you becoming a homeowner true. So come see us. We're here to help you. That's our purpose. That's our mission here at Finanta. So let us help you achieve your goal.
Right. Wow. This is so. Ça fait me sentir content. Là, on va acheter un caille en tant que ça un first time home buyer. On va acheter un caille pour la première fois. Gain grant, ok? Son l'argent city avec state là. Mettez pour aider pour closing cost. Ça veut dire que pour finir transaction parce que l'écouter surtout vous payez taxes. Gon classe pour prendre. L'offre une précation un certificat qu'on est qualifié pour grant ça et grant ça li aide pour acheter car là et il y a plusieurs autres façons tout pour yo ka aider. Maintenant l'on va ouvrir un account. When you open a checking account, you open a saving account, you put your money, your direct deposit or whatever, the money is there. They already know you have an account there. And guess what? L'on va l'acheter car là même déjà c'est même côté. Transaction vient plus facile et ou l'on veut joindre moi kounya là déjà connaît. So nous pas aucun problème. Pas aucun problème donc il passe douce. Donc ce qui veut dire qu'on y a ballon en pied.
And I want to leave off by telling you that once, like, maybe you may not be ready at the moment, but we're going to help you get ready. So come and see us, come talk to us so we can educate you on what to do, on how to achieve that goal. And between me and Yvette and me and Iris and the help that we have to offer you at Finanta, we can help you achieve that goal.
Quel que soit le goal ou gain, Finanta, mission yo, vision yo, c'est pour aider, pour achever. Sans besoin d'achever. Et ou même qui était là, ou t'es de Scat. Scat c'est un haïtien. Scat said it well. C'est yon nan nous. Donc ça qu'a fait là, c'est ou même qui vous prend avantage avec lui, et pour rejoindre nous, il y a aidé dans quel que soit sauve les HVA quand il s'agit de business, acheter caille, crédit, etc.
I want to give you an example. I bought my first house around the corner from this church. It's a little street called Albana Street. I bought it in 1983. It cost me $25,000. That little house that cost me $25,000, which back in '83 was a lot of money. My interest rate was 13.9%. That little house I still have. That little house that cost me $25,000. Now it's worth over $260,000. And that house helped me pay for my other house in Montgomery County that I now also own, that I have no mortgage on it as well, and that one as well. But that little $25,000 house helped me to pay for that $125,000 house that's now worth over $500,000.
OK.
So this is a true story.
OK. Mon histoire vraie. Là, j'étais un caille tout près là, en 83, $25,000. In 1983, was it President Carter? 83, was Reagan or Carter? The president? Carter? Okay. So now, I'm going to say this because a lot of people don't know. When you hear now the interest rate is 6-something%, right? Ou tu consacres, oh, intérêt à haut, pas acheter. She bought hers at interest rate, what?
13.9%.
13.9% intérêt à payer sous président Jimmy Carter. OK? $25,000. Now, il vaut 260, plus que 260 000. Et Tikaï, ça, c'est lui-même qui permet d'acheter un caille dans Montgomery County pour 125 000, qui vaut over 500 000. So, nous voyons que pouvoir, recette la gagne, pouvoir acheter un Tikaï gagne.
That $25,000 house around the corner here, it's right around the corner. My kids used to wait for the bus right across the street, right in front of the church. That little house helped my kids go to college. I borrow from that house to pay for tuitions for college, and I have 3 professional children now with that little house that cost me $25,000.
OK. So, on seul petit cas là, c'est lui qui fait, il grandit 3 petites, qu'on a c'est professionnel, c'est lui qui aide dans toutes circonstances. Donc, et nous-mêmes.
I end this with, as part of the credit union, we do welcome all of you guys. All of you guys are super welcomed. We are thrilled to have you guys come on in. At the end of this, we will have a table that's right before you guys step out where Alicia, our banker, is at. Please go ahead and stop by, pay a visit, leave your information so that we can continue to have a conversation with you guys, continue to help you guys on building wealth. We would also welcome anyone that you send over to us. Please do so. We're ready to help and assist. For those who knows Aramingo and Venango, that's where we're at.
OK. Donc, pour nous tous qui ont besoin de table de sont les ressources table, côté de information. Mais un petit conseil. Et c'est pour la première fois nous avons un bail de ce genre. This is for the first time we have something like this. And nous voulons faire en ordre. We want to do it in order. I know there are leaders here, there are business people. And nous, we know the way. Nous connaissons le chemin. But, des fois, là, qu'on a un chemin, on monde qui fait chemin avant, il est plus facile pour le guider que l'autre on va chercher chemin pour marcher aller. Nous t'a recommandé contacter nous surtout sur une transaction besoin faire. Mais non, nous transparents, mais nous pas faire des autres parce que nous travaillons en communauté. Et il est le temps pour nous travailler ensemble. Si vous avez besoin faire n'importe qui pour l'église ou du moins ou t'as aimé faire n'importe qui dans niveau ça, t'as bien bon Dieu. Contactez Pasteur Franz, contactez-moi et il y a l'autre leader là tout à contacter. N'a serré les mains ensemble avec vous, n'a camper parce que ensemble nous ca fait travail là because when we are divided and I'm telling because you guys finished when we are divided we suffer but when we hold hands together we united we strong. We call this country the United States of America. When you do good, I'm going to do good. That's why I always cherish somebody else. When I see you doing good, I clap. Because Finanta is doing well, guess what happened? Look. Same thing. We have to pay it forward. For nous prendre, pour nous aider en l'autre. There's a saying that goes, I don't care who get the credit as long as the job is get done. I am up here not because I want to be. As a matter of fact, I would rather not standing here talking to you. But I think it looked like I cannot run, right? It semble que m'baka courir that I'm here. So Alba, you got something to close with?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I again want to thank Yvette, Ronnie, the pastor, and all of you for coming here today to listen, to hear about what we are here to do. And, you know, I'm going to reiterate what Iris said. Really, all you need is somebody to listen, somebody to hear what you're about, what your challenges are, and provide you with some direction. And that's what we're here to do. So don't hesitate. Any questions that you have, and again, you may not need a loan. You may not need, but you have some concerns, you have some challenges. We can listen and we can guide you to that direction. So whatever journey, wherever you are in that journey, whether you're starting out or whether you have gotten there and fallen, and now you don't know how to get up, we can help you there. And even if you are far in your journey, like Rose, we can certainly listen. So again, we're here to listen. We're here to help you. Just let us know how we can do that. We're going to stick around for a little while. I know there's a networking happening afterwards. So we're going to be here for at least another hour or so. So if you have any specific questions, we can talk to you one-on-one. But we do have a sign-in sheet, so we'll be following up with everyone either by email or by a phone call and just see if there's anything additional that you may need. So thank you again. I appreciate you hosting us. Take care.
On a bay Finanta en belle blâme. Et je chargé non, monsieur. Non même qui allait là, je chargé non. Moi dans sous bord là, je chargé non. Et je crois que c'est une opportunité pour tout le monde là. Tout le monde qui est là, tout le monde qui est capable de rendre un témoignage. Moi-même, j'ai acheté le premier caille à 27 ans. I bought my first house. I was 27 years old. Cash. $16,000. $16,000 payé cash. In 1991, $16,000 was a lot of money. My brother-in-law here and my sister, I take $3,000 from them, from Haiti. So they lent me $3,000 when I was about to get my first house. Bon frère là, parce que j'ai regardé avec ce frère, il était prêté $3,000, je crois. Parce que $16,000, c'est un paquet complété en 91. Like she said, my first house put me where I'm at now. Ici, over here, not in Haiti. Ici. Parce que je suis ici à 22 ans. 5 years later, I get my first house. Cash. Premier cas, moi, aidé me caille côté m'rité là. M'acheté l'autre caille ça en 94. My second house I bought it in 1994. Not the second one. The second that I live at. So I bought it in 1994. 43,000 cash. Cash again. 1994. 94, $43,000, that's also a lot of money. I didn't have the 43,000 in cash. I take loan against the first one and I got the other one 42,000. Ça me pour $43,000 d'acheter, Kounya m'bali pour $300,000. I'm not going to give it to somebody for 300,000. C'est plus bon investissement qu'on fait aux États-Unis, ça change. Et Finanta vient dans le programme là, tout le monde qui l'a acheté caille. Ou acheté caille. Non, ou acheté caille quand il y a tout. No, they do have Finanta in Lancaster. Yeah, he lives in Lancaster. He travels from Lancaster to here, to come over here. Lancaster. Yeah, they have an office in Lancaster. They go to give the connection to Lancaster. Il y a beaucoup de connexion pour Lancaster. Il y a des connexions à côté here. So non, dans quel state là, it doesn't matter. So, si on est là, je vais vous dire que TPS ou de gain. TPS ou de expiré. Ou bien pas de social security number. ARS by on tax ID, de pour gagner moun se kay doit acheter kay. So conseil m'daba tout monde qui là, sous besoin ka acheter, sous besoin acheter un building pour l'église ou ka aider ou. Ça qui est important, ou a besoin voir 40 avec you need to open an account with them. Yeah, you need to do that. They're here. Put your name in the paper, your phone number. If you want to talk to them, you feel free to talk to them. There is opportunities for you guys. Yeah, you guys can talk to them after that. When we're done, we're going to have something. We have snack downstairs. You can go downstairs and take some snack, juice, sandwich, chips. Vous pouvez descendre en bas, parler avec vous. So opportunité, non, voulez tout ça gain, non pas là pour nous reloger seulement pour aller dans le ciel. Tout ça, non, je ne bénéficie, non, voulez bénéficier là-dedans. Parce que moi, si vous avez information, vous prenez information dans meilleur avant aller. Et puis, Shirley avec l'église, non tout. OK? Donc, si vous avez l'église, vous avez 5 cas, vous avez 10 cas, vous avez l'église là avancer puis bien, vous avez plus 10 mois, plus offrande. Parce que vous avez dans main. Mais laissez caille ou fermer, m'a fermé caille. Tout le monde qui a fermé caille dans moi, son l'argent vous rejeter pas bien encore. Yeah, son l'argent vous rejeter. Me fait petit ça m'a fermé mon caille. Mais faut me vivre tout. Mais si vous achetez ton caille, m'encourage à acheter ton caille. On l'autre monde a vite à fermer ça. Yep. Si vous avez 10 cailles l'église là, vous êtes dans une fermer 9, vous avez l'église là, puis go 10, puis go offrande. Je ne sais pas vraiment si 20, 10 ou 0. Je veux gagner tout. Parce que je ne peux pas payer toute bille qui est pour compte moi. Je m'encourage pour nous utiliser bon nom. Quitter $20 000, $10 000, chita en bas matelas ou bien dans la banque, il n'y a pas d'intérêt sur lui. Moi-même, l'argent m'a abusé, je quitte dans la banque. Mais s'il était $20 000, la banque là pas $100, non, pour aller comme bénéfice. Non. When I check my account every month, they give me like few cents interest, 5 cents, 80 cents. Ça sont opportunités de nous joindre là. Si on ne peut pas profiter de lui ou pas. Donc, je crois que c'est ça que je dis dans le conseil là. You need to act now. De jour en jour, quand il a monté. Je ne vais pas prendre question, non, une question. Qui s'en dit? C'est avec mon nous va parler tout à l'heure. What is your question? Je t'ai demandé. Okay, good question. To open an account with Finanta, it is easy. $25. You only need $25 to open an account with them. $25 seulement. À $25, vous ouvrez un account avec eux. Mon vidéo à 40, une pour l'église, une pour moi. Mon vidéo à $50 pour moi, une $50 pour l'église là. Seulement $25 qu'on va à 40 avec eux. Les nous finis à avoir adresse, information, ou à faire un prêt avec eux pour ouvrir à 40 là. $25. Vous mettez comme sur les gens capables. $1, $2, $5, $100, gens capables. OK. Vous pouvez faire direct déposit tout notre travail. On n'a pas ça avec. OK. On n'a pas ça avec ambassadeur, avec président. Président Roni approche nous. Pour nous finir après quoi, si quelqu'un qui a des questions capable avec mon personnellement, et là nous fini de ça en bas, un snack en bas.
OK.
Finanta bail support pour nous un snack, descendre en bas, al prendre petit goûter, al manger en bagaille.
OK. Pastor was saying, Pastor dit que that's what it is. So on a travail. So Rose, Iris, they can do direct deposit as well from their job, correct? OK. So on a travail, ou voulez direct deposit, ou qu'a fait direct deposit, aller dans crédit union. Let me say this in English and I translate. Let me tell you why. I'm not going to say to move your account from here and there, but I'm going to leave that to you. It's up to you. But let me tell you something. When it comes to community, when we do it together, we do it for a reason, for a purpose. For me, we're going to transfer all our stuff. You know why? Because we want to nous by pouvoir, nous voulons strengthen. We want to strengthen Finanta. You know why? Because Finanta, it gives us something back. Faut qu'on ait monde qui soit pour vous, ou changer chemisette pour lui. Wherever you are, if you're happy, I'm not asking you to. But what I'm asking you, qui ça qui est important pour vous, pour faire monde, joignez avec nous, posez question. $25, $25, you can open an account. Checking, saving, direct deposit. Okay? So, is any question? Par exemple, une question? M'bada de bien, non? Si on buy où, on buy back. Oh no. What I say samedi, Leo boss on côté qui boss service, because sometimes when you go to a big bank, you open an account, you don't have anything back. But here, that institution, they give you training. They help you with so many different things. And first, Bamdo, let's say Finanta, okay, what I'm going to do, ouvrir account. If you go somewhere and say, open this account, we're going to give you $200 because you open an account. That $200, you know what? 2 days in 1 day, it's done, gone. But the account is there. But when you open an account somewhere that gives you access, that place gives you access to so many different services or training, Kika Edo, that are going to allow you to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's what you need. You need somebody that gives you something back in terms of services, in terms of access to capital, access to training, and the things that going to help you. By Kika Edo, move on. Okay? Any other questions? By any location? Okay, he wants to know if he have a business account.
So, pour your réponse parce que moi j'ai un business account ensemble avec eux, so I want to answer that question for them. To open a business account, it's because what happened is I went to 3 different banks already. Like I keep going to banks and banks. When it comes to business, it's a little tricky because some banks exige pour gagner at least. I think Chase, they exige pour gagner $2,000 on your bank account for them to not charge you your fee every month. So you have to keep $2,000 going to your account. Wells Fargo has his is $500, but when it comes to Finanta, you don't need. It's not that you don't need to have a certain amount because you can put money in, but they don't charge you a fee because what happened is they're trying to help the community. They're trying to help you build, like Ms. Minisevel said, they're trying to help you build a community. They're trying to help you build your finance strength. And that's just one of the things that, trust me, I was already banking with Wells Fargo. I literally moved my money to them. Like, I'm starting it right now. Because the fact that I know what they already done for me. So there's a way now I can tap into more capital. And then not only that, they have a program, you can actually apply for a personal loan. And you can apply for CDFI. And so pretty much they can help you. Like I said earlier, all you need is just the idea. Tell them what you want to do, and then they can take it from there and give you the advice that you need. And Assembly dit avant nous finir. So thank you pour tout le monde qui fait déplacement qui vient pour venir pour enseigner ça. I really appreciate each of you, chaque monde qui là, parce que c'est vraiment difficile pour nous voir une communauté haïtienne qui sortit pour venir pour information. Because if it's not about money, if it's about tant qu'on sait qui ça moi, qui ça va le ban moi, qui coûte me venir comme blanc plus rapide, they're not coming out. But you guys coming to get the information that we need in our community, because we need to build this community again. Because there's a lot of community. There's a lot of people that's doing great. They come together to build community. And then that's what Finanta is about. And we're not just here to tell them like, they great, everybody have to come. But I'm a testimony. So that's what they hear. You fed déplacement pour venir, there's a reason why. Because they believe in the community. They not believe in people that already have money. They believe in community. It's all about community, because the fact that nous avons problem avec community, because when you go to your bank, especially for you if you have a business, if you go to a bank, if you don't have a 700 credit score, or if your business doesn't make $2 million of revenue for the year, it's going to be hard for you to get a loan. It's definitely going to be hard for you to get a loan. But with Finanta, they have 2 concepts. They have the microlender, they have the SBA loan. So if they feel like you're ready to move up to SBA loan to get a bigger loan, they will move you there. And if they feel like you're not ready there, they're gonna build you up until you get there. So that's the process they have. And just battre non Kevin yo, because li vraiment difficile pour nous monde déplacer. And then one last thing is, before you guys leave, so they're gonna be here to answer all the questions that you guys have. And then plus downstairs, we have a couple vendors.
Jesus.
So we have a couple vendors downstairs. Nous capacity, new network. So I want everybody. So we're gonna start it now. So everybody has to let's start it practicing the networking. Chaque monde parle avec tout le monde. Qui sont faits, qui sont réglés. Let's communicate. I think that's what we need in a community, especially in the Haitian community. We need to communicate. We need to know how to do networking, because I have a business. Ask me question. Hey, how did you do it? The same thing for each of you guys to do and have that conversation and start to, familiar with things and everything. And then, so I'm going l'huile, moi sorti tout, so li en bas tout, so n'a pas l'huile là. C'est moi qui fais son l'huile manger, les films going to live too. So it's a puzzle book, so everything is downstairs. Nous get great vendor downstairs. We have the beauty product, and then we also have the cream maslaka and everything. So I think everybody's gonna enjoy it.
Okay, and after we finish, let nous finir. Not this on a bar, because there's a snack, something for you to eat that's been provided by Finanta. Okay, Finanta, c'est eux qui payent. That's they pay for it. So make sure you go downstairs and eat before you leave. Et ça se capte dia network. Parle avec un monde. C'est esprit business là, ça communiquer. Est-ce que vous comprenez qu'ils sont fait? Nous network with one another. So, vous avez une question?
Moi, je voulais apprécier, féliciter la présence de chacun de nous qui est là. Et présence nous là, veut dire que donc nous apprécions, que nous d'accord, nous voulons marcher aussi avec Finanta. Nous disons merci aussi avec frère Evel et pendant plusieurs dimanches et les motiver et communauté ça et pour nous capables ensemble et nous apprécions aussi staff Finanta et qui vient participer et ensemble avec nous et matin. Donc nous avons dit que présence nous là veut dire que nous intéressés avec le programme ça qui a fait là. Et m'ta dit un moyen pour nous être capable de sentir que nous avons une connexion avec Finanta et c'est permettre que chacun de nous gagne un account ensemble avec eux. Et proverbe l'a dit et pendant que fait à chaud ou battre et sincèrement m'pa aimer une dans nous qui était assemblé là sans que nous pas réaliser que nous gagnons ou bien nous ouvrions un account ensemble avec eux. Et après toute l'autre information qui pourra venir pour suite là, donc là très important. Et il y a une question que me gagné, comment nous capable faire donc qui premier pas et nous devons faire et pour nous vraiment gagner accès et avec différents programmes Finanta livrés offrés dans la communauté.
Okay, first, the gentleman said it's happy we're here today and for everything that Finanta provided for us, all the information. This is great. So his question was, what is the first step to fully take advantage of all the services that Finanta offers?
It's really just to come in and talk to us. We will sit down with you and really just ask you questions. You tell us exactly where you are in whatever journey you're in, what you've been, what you want to do, and then we can provide you with options. I think someone said it earlier that, you do have to think long term, but I think you have to really break it down into different steps. And I think you will see that it will be more achievable. So we can help you plan depending on where you want to be. But the first step is really just to come in and talk to us. Just do a consultation, spend about an hour with us, and then we can kind of get the ball rolling on where, and kind of help you create that plan. It's your plan. So it's not our plan. It's your plan. So what we want to do is really help you, direct you to the resources, connect you to some of the the capital to kind of get you there. But really start planning in chunks. Yes, you do have that vision, you do have that long-term goal, but let's see where you can get a year from now. Let's see where you're going to be 2 years from now, 3 years, and go from there.
OK, so c'est parler avec yo là, yo répondre toutes questions que nous ka gagné pendant que yo là. M'kwe gon monde qui gon l'autre question. Somebody else got a question? OK.
Nous avons un côté local là, côté headquarter ou bien local là.
Okay, for the address, the address is they're going to be on the screen. Okay, it's on Aramengo and Loali na resource table ade yo ala we have 4 qui gen address là seul. Aramengo and where is it? Venengo or Tioga? Okay, 2301 East Venengo. 132313 Venengo. Go question? 2313 Venengo.
Oui, moi je connais que account que nous avons ouvert avec Finanta. Est-ce que à qui ça que account a servi nous? Est-ce que account là c'est pour nous sembler comme pour nous faire achat maison parce que je connais que pour nous acheter un caille ou gagner une quantité comme faut gagner d'avance. Donc, est-ce que c'est pour nous capables sembler comme nous c'est pas gain comme blanc disponible pour que nous capables avoir une possibilité pour nous acheter caille les n'a voulu acheter là ou bien est-ce que comment la financer nous pour acheter pour aider à acheter là dépendamment de moyens économiques ou ça dépend ou pas de comme ça disponible ou pas de 10 15 20 000 dollars pour ta faire premier pas est-ce que même y a fait l'avant ou bien est-ce que c'est à 40 là qui permet tout capable réaliser ça.
Okay, his question is when he open an account if he want to buy a house does he have to open the account just for buy the house or just open the account normally like normal banking? And how does he get to the point to buy the house?
We make it a one-stop shop, so you'll become a member with us, and of course, start your mortgage application and start becoming a homeowner. You do not have to have the checking account open with us, but you will be a member of the credit union. And again, that's to provide you all the tools and resources that we have available. We do offer a interest rate discount based on automatic payments for the mortgage payments.
So, même si vous n'avez pas un account avec eux, l'on pas acheter un car, vous pouvez venir toujours aider à acheter car là. Votre si vous avez un account là, les plus bon parce que vous déjà son membre dans under credit union. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Oui, question par maintenant, moi je connais et combien de cop pour ta gagner cash si tu as acheté ton caille avec Finanta. Par exemple, pendant l'année 2026 là, si je voulais acheter ton caille, combien de cop pour me gagner cash? Parce que je pense pour acheter caille là et ou down payment pour buy, combien de cop l'État supposé pour PPT?
Okay, his question is I can answer for him. His question is how much money should he has, okay, to purchase a house. A house, l'on a acheté un caille, l'on a acheté un caille toujours en proportion à combien de fait par année de travail. Voilà? Il peut dépendre de combien de fait. Donc c'est là qu'il peut mesurer. Par exemple, vous avez besoin d'acheter un caille pour $500,000, mais un commun qu'on fait, il n'est pas qualifié pour acheter un caille 500,000, il est qualifié peut-être pour acheter un caille pour 250,000. Voilà? Donc, il peut dépendre de combien vous faites le travail. D'accord? So, I told him it's depending how much money he make on his job that's going to pre-qualify him to buy the home. So, okay?
Bonjour tout le monde, moi content la jodi an, moi apprendre un pile bagay, ça fait un plaisir, moi t'ai invité par amis moi que moi dis merci un pile. Donc, question par maintenant, c'est si on a décidé pour lui prêter l'argent pour small business, combien cob to interest with l'empire?
All right, she's happy to be here. So if she want to know if you want to borrow money for small business, what would the interest rate be? So
Yeah. So it just depends on the program that we have. Whatever it will be determined on the amount, on the term of the loan, on the usage of the loan. So if you're looking for just working capital or it's a startup, or if you want to buy equipment or if you want to buy real estate, like it just depends on different angles. We are not, so the way that just to kind of give you an example, the way that we get our funding is not the way that banks get their funding. Banks get their fund from the federal government. We get it from investors. So our rates are going to be slightly higher than what a regular bank would be, but it's not too much higher. I would say maybe anywhere between 1% and 2% higher than a bank. And that's just on the small business. That has nothing to do with the personal or the mortgages. So that's a whole separate thing. I'm just talking about small business because your question was about small business. But we will give you that determination once we sit down with you. We figure out what you want to do, what type of loan you're getting, what type of program you qualify for, and then we will let you know what the rate will be.
So, vous comprenez ça, le diable, pas vrai? OK. So, pour business, intérêt account un peu slightly plus haut parce que c'est business. Et l'on va acheter caille, il est différent. Donc, intérêt account plus bas. Any more questions? Yes. Pas une autre question?
Et bonjour tout le monde. Donc, moi, c'est Jean-Guillaume, moi, c'est un community organizer. Et moi, invité nous dans une causerie ici, mardi, si Dieu veut, de 6h à 8h. Moi, j'ai flyer là, nous avons passé pour. Et question moi, pour Finanta, yo focus vraiment à parler de membership. Est-ce qu'il y a un prix pour membership là? Et si oui, combien de côté?
Oui, Jean, can you ask the question in English? I didn't hear what you say.
Bon dit en créole.
Okay.
Finanta parler de membership. C'est la raison qu'on ne doit pas ouvrir un account avec eux, mais c'est un member. Est-ce qu'il y a un prix pour membership là? Si oui, c'est combien?
Oh, okay. So he want to know if you become a member, if there's a membership fee. I guess the answer is once you open an account, you're a member. Am I correct?
Yeah, so once you open an account with us, you are a member. We do require a $5 membership deposit. It's not a fee, it's just a membership deposit. So it'll house your membership. And we always say that once a member, always a member. So the $5 is not a fee, it's just to house your membership. Say for whatever reason, which I don't think is gonna happen, but you're like, hey, I just wanna close the membership, I wanna close the accounts, you will have your $5 back. It's just to house it.
Okay. So, quick question, the Father, is that a recurring, just one time?
Say that again?
Is this one time? Okay. So, Jin, you heard it, right? Okay. Pas une autre question?
Yes.
Okay.
Question moi c'est que moi me dis bonsoir à tout le monde et question moi c'est que moi acheté un caille déjà mais travail moi m'envie quitter travail moi kounya parce que me commencer et grand monde est-ce qu'on voit donc moi t'a remet est-ce que moi t'a remet ouvrir un business avant pas travailler encore donc d'après moi et connaît si m'a besoin l'argent prêté suis capable d'ouvrir business là. Après ça on prend m'a payer intérêt selon Jean Say. C'est ça me dit.
Okay, I already bought a house. I want to know if I can get a loan to open a business.
So is it a new business?
I think, yes.
Brand new business? Yeah. Yes. So we can help you with getting financing to open a new business. There are some requirements, so we do have to help you If you haven't gotten assistance to get a business plan, we can help you with a business plan. And as long as you're able to provide us with your financial information, we know that the business is new, that you haven't generated any income, so we will base our decision based on whatever future earnings you're going to have for the business.
OK, question et réponse à c'est oui, vous capable aider si son business qui new, donc kachita avec vous pour garder et structure business là.
Et moi, saluer tout le monde qui est là aujourd'hui, en anglais, ça est toute équipe Finanta. Et question, moi, c'est Pasteur Noël. Question pas maintenant, c'est est-ce que does Finanta do refinancing?
We do, and it has to make sense. So if you're looking to refinance, let's say your mortgage, let's say you have your mortgage and you want to refinance it, again, we'll review it with you. I think because of our, we want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. There's different reasons why you want to refinance. People want to refinance to lower their interest rate. They want to refinance to access more money on your equity, for example. So it just depends. So we want to make sure that it makes sense, that you're not put into a worse position than you were already. So if you're getting a very low interest rate on your mortgage, and now you're going to get a higher rate because now the rates are higher, it may not make sense, right? So we'll review whatever reasons you want to do it, if it makes sense. But, if we actually do debt consolidation, we can give you cash, like access to the equity on your home so that you can fix it, right? So if you need to put a new roof, you need to change the heating system, we can give you a loan for that, and we can actually utilize the equity on your home to do that. But yes, we do refinances, but again, we will just have to, it just has to make sense, and we won't want to put you in a worse position than where you were already in if the rate is too high or maybe your payment will be too high. So again, we just have to review it with you.
Okay, you have another question?
Okay, we have another question.
Hello, everyone. I have a question as far as I hear that there's a lot of incentives for first home buyers. What about second home buyers? Is there any special incentives for that if you're a second home buyer and you have excellent credit and you want to become a second home buyer?
Yes. So we do have different programs. Obviously, because now you have some experience, right, owning a home, and like you said, you probably have a better credit score. You may qualify for just better pricing and better terms. We can explore grants. We do have some in-house grant money or funds that can help you with the down payment. But a lot of the city grants and the grants that are funded by some of the housing programs are specifically for first-time home buyers. Yeah, but there are other programs and other incentives, like you said, that you could qualify for being a second-time home buyer.
Well, does it have to be like a FHA or commercial?
No.
Oh,
No, it doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay. Yep. Thank you.
One question more.
Bonjour. Non pas M. Dalen, c'est moi c'est membre de l'église ici là. Moi besoin connaître dans l'autre n'a bail est-ce que nous gagnons une classe spécifique comme si nous payons l'école pour nous gagnons l'école pas nous comment lier nous t'aimerais connaître ça.
Okay, her question is if there are any financial, basically, she wants to know if there's any financial literacy classes that we offer when we get there to when we want to take a loan or anything.
We do have minimum 2 a year, but we will have a lot of financial literacy courses throughout the entire year. and I promise that you guys will be one of the first ones to know about it. We do not have a specific date yet. We are gathering groups, and it looks like you guys are probably going to be like one of our first groups for us to host it for. But yes, to answer your question, we do have it multiple times a year, and they all are based on different topics. Financial literacy, credit, right? How to buy a home, how to even start an account opening. So it depends also on what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to learn about? So yes, we do. And it's completely free to everyone. And we do have a flyer at the table. Yes, thank you, Alba. We have a flyer at the table, so you please, more than welcome to take it with you. And just to add on there, we do have our business cards with our phone number and address to the branch. So you guys can feel free to reach out. The number on there is directly to myself, and I have it at all times.
Ok, quand il si pas gen comme du tout, m'vle médecine, m'vle aller dans droit, ou bien l'autre domaine qui anti-genre plus que 5 ans, est-ce que nous-mêmes nous là pour nous accompagner, me semble pas qu'on gen comme du tout.
Okay, she want to know if she going to get help, like starting from scratch and wherever she want to go. And the answer, well, I already know is yes.
You know the answer, right? Yes, you will. As one of us mentioned earlier, we would hold your hand the entire way. We will not.
The first.
We will hold your hand.
Okay. Any more questions? Because we could close. Okay. Okay, good. So, nous, c'est à premier. Parce que si nous qui en premier, avons des classes pour nous, pour commencer depuis en bas. Depuis côté dans la situation, depuis en bas, en bas table pour aider nous structurer affaires finance nous. Donc c'est très important. Mais bon, nous avons une question? Last one, okay, thank you.
Bonjour tout le monde. Même question pas non, m'a demandé est-ce que finance ta tant que moi ouais l'autre banque yo, les ou jeunes yo caille parce que c'est saisi l'état te saisi yo pas veut payer pour ou. Est-ce que finance ta lui-même caille force close yo si yo moun joine que li remet la acheter, est-ce que la paye caille ça pour moun?
Okay, so that's a good question. She wants to know if she find a house that has been foreclosed on, if the process is feeling that can happen, the process if they want to buy it.
It could. We have to make sure, so one of our goals is to make sure that you're moving into a home that's safe and that's going to require really very little for you to fix up. So it depending on what the status of that foreclosure is, if it's a property that needs fixed up or that you need to add money to do that, it may not be something that we could do, at least not right now. So it depends on what the foreclosure status is. It really, our goal is to make sure that you're moving to a home that's safe and that you don't have to really invest a whole lot of money to fix up.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to come to a close. And before we do, we're going to bring with us the president, the chairman of the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce of Pennsylvania with the closing remarks. And as the brand ambassador, and I know this was going to happen, and I think this is just the beginning. Mr. Ronnie, you have the mic.
Hello. Did you guys learn something today? And I'm so proud of Finanta. And I'm very happy for you guys. And I think this is the first time you have something like this, like to teach us in the community about how we can get our own house. Because renting is not good. Lò loué kay, chita pou loué kay, li pa bon. Parce que moi-même, je contrôle seulement non, l'importe quoi qui kay moi, non année seulement, moi paye $20,000. I paid $20,000 just for renting before I got my house. So guys, I thank you guys for coming today. Je dis tout le monde merci d'être que nous sommes venus là. Et nous pas prêter comme ça. Dans 18 mai, nous avons l'autre programme encore. Et nous voulons, en août, là encore, nous avons gagné sacré Lyon et export. Côté qui sous un business, vous êtes capable de venir avec business ou font showcase avec business. So, faire moun parler de business. Faire la moun connaître de business. Parce que our goal as a chamber is to let people know what you have. Okay? That's my goal, like Finanta. They come in, we know exactly what is Finanta is, right? But we want to expand that in the whole community. We cannot do it without you guys. So we are expecting you for the next event. Nous avons bagay en bas, moun qui catering business dans le SCAT, qui parle de qui ont belle huile et l'huile est vraiment bon et nous capables de checker en bas. Moun qui crémasse, nous capables de checker en bas et puis tout gagner un petit déjeuner qui est préparé tout, nous capables de checker en bas tout là nous capables de descendre en bas pour nous capables de jeûner. Guys, moi dis nous merci d'être que nous là. Avant nous aller, n'a introduit quelques membres qui font partie des chambres de commerce là. Nous tous nous pas là. Mais c'est eux même qui cause ça nous capable de faire la journée. Before we go, we want to introduce some of our members. First of all, we have Mr. Yvel. Par contre, qui va qu'on Yvel, no. Second, we have Belty Madam. We have Angina. She's the trésorier, right? C'est trésorier, non? Elle n'est pas trésorier, non? Oui, trésorier, non? Pour. Oh no, I thought that they had a question down there. Okay. Yes, c'est trésorier, non? Okay, nous avons l'autre membre qui parle là. Nous disons, nous, guys, avec nous, Scat, nous avons oublié Scat. Oh my God, Scat. So, yeah, monsieur, aidez-nous en pile. Et like you said, you heard about his testimony. So, guys, you all, each one of you can be a Scat. Each one of you can have your own business. Me, I'm a mobile developer. C'est app moi développé. Moi j'ai une application qu'on y a là. I have an application like it's a food social sharing. It's like TikTok. It will be out very soon. So nous tous avons un propre business nous. Mais il faut demander détermination. Vous comprenez? Nous devons set our own goal. Pour nous connaître, hey, today, he's where we are right now, where we stand right here. What about in the 5 years, where we're going to be at? Okay? So, Finanta going to help us. Why Finanta? They're going to finance us. Money, l'argent que nous besoin, il a aidé nous pour nous capables de set goal. Nous. Moun qui peut acheter caille, ou besoin acheter l'autre caille, joindre à Finanta. C'est partenaire nous. OK? Ou besoin son small business ou besoin ouvert, joindre avec Finanta. Joindre avec chambre de commerce là tout et toute question que vous gagnez, ou besoin passer, si vous pas aller directement à Finanta, nous même nous là pour présenter vous. Yo, je suis ensemble avec vous pour nous dire you know what, ou besoin business, ou pas gagner l'argent, mais qui ça n'a joindre avec on a chita avec vous après ça n'a présenté au Finanta pour cette goal. Moi dis Jean, merci parce que yon c'est un monde qui est venu avec chambre de commerce là, avec pionnier nous gain ministre Evel, mais qu'on y a là que nous set pour nous capable going high. Nous pas capable aller plus loin que ou même guys, nous besoin aide, nous besoin tout effort de nos communautés, là nous invitons, nous t'arrêtons là. Pasteur France nous dit un grand merci parce que lui ouvre porte l'église li. Grand pilote pasteur qui là nous dit merci Pasteur Noël. Même tablier qui te fait partie déjà. Sorry. Et il y a des gens qui là qui très conséquents guys. Nous croyons où, nous croyons dans parole, nous croyons dans conseil. Give us advice, your advice. We need that. Nous besoin conseil pour nous avancer. Nous besoin help pour nous avancer. Parce que la communauté a nous manqué ça dans Philadelphia. We need more people like you. Nous pas prêtés encore. So, please, là, nous filons là, descendre en bas, whatever stack que vous gagnez, que nous sommes capables de joindre, et puis que, après ça, que nous sommes capables de la caille nous. Ministre Evel, nous disons merci de ce que vous travaillez so hard to make that happen. Finanta, once again, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, well done. So we are all dismissed. Is any more questions? We're going to go downstairs and grab something to eat. And I don't know if the staff going to still be around. And start at the resource table. Go tap the wala, put a flyer, and have address la. Everybody ready to go open your account. Yes, we have address la. And you can. There's a list. There's ou ka signer non, ou ka écrit non. Et puis ou ka dire qu'il va venir ou ouvrir account. Sans problème. Jeudi a. I don't think what is Suka we account here. Okay, I don't think they will be ready for that. Iris, somebody want to know if they can open their account today, or if they want to take an appointment.
Yeah, we're not prepared to open accounts today just because of there's personal information, so we want to be able to at least set up appointments.
Okay, so now what ka ouvrir jeudi parce que à cause quelques problèmes techniques, mais ou capable by non, il y a bon appointment le lundi ou bien mardi. Okay? Saturday, I don't think they're open Saturday. No. No, not. Okay, Friday 9 to 6 and Monday to Thursday 9 to 5. So they will be open on Saturday, but we will know, but not yet. Okay? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. J'ai fait à 5 heures le vendredi à 6 heures. À 6 heures. Vendredi, on va get arrivé. Okay? She wanted to know if he got time because of his work schedule. So he get off at 4:30 or 5, so on Friday. So I think that would be good. Okay? So thank you guys, and as usual, that was phenomenal, and we will do it. Which is just the beginning. So we can find our way downstairs. Stop at the table, grab some information, and go downstairs and grab something to eat. Okay? Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you guys.